Las Vegas is reeling after authorities say a mass shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas left 3 people dead and 1 critically injured. Officials also say the suspect is dead after a shootout with campus police.
And joining us now with the latest on the ground in Las Vegas is ABC's Whit Johnson. Whit.
Hey, DeMarco and Stephanie, the terrifying scene here at UNLV playing out a week before final exams were supposed to happen. Students received alerts on their cell phones telling them to run, hide, or fight, many barricading themselves inside their classrooms as a lone gunman carried out his killing spree.
Chaos erupting on campus at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Shots fired in the area.
The sound of gunfire just before noon Wednesday, sending crowds of students running for their lives.
So we're reporting an actual active shooter at this point, correct?
That's affirmative.
According to police, the shooter began on the 4th floor of Beam Hall, home to the business school. Assistant Professor Truman Raleigh's office is on that 4th floor.
I saw one of my colleagues jump from her desk and shut the door and take cover.
Police! Hands up! Hands up!
Police working to clear buildings, rushing people to safety with their hands above their heads.
We watched a lot of fear across the faces of those young men and women at UNLV today.
Sources telling ABC News the alleged shooter was a former professor who had applied for a position at UNLV and was not hired. Authorities say he was armed with a handgun when he carried out his rampage, killing at least 3 people. A 4th rushed to the hospital, now in stable condition.
No student should have to fear pursuing their dreams on the college campus. What happened today is a heinous, unforgivable crime.
Authorities later confirming 2 campus police officers immediately engaged the suspect, killing him in a shootout.
Law enforcement sources tell us the victims killed are either faculty or staff and not students, but authorities are still trying to find a motive for this deadly attack. Meanwhile, the campus here at UNLV will remain closed through the weekend. DeMarco, Stephanie.
All right, Whit, thank you for that report. Now let's bring in the woman representing Las Vegas in Congress, Representative Dina Titus, who also taught at UNLV for more than 3 decades. Thank you for joining us. Sorry it's under these circumstances right here, but we offer our condolences to you and your community.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, my district is getting used to this. We had the worst shooting in American modern history in my district as well at Mandalay Bay.
And I remember that I was actually there covering that story as well. This shooting happened at the university's Beam Hall. That's home to the business school. And you say, one life is one too many. We've lost 3 people, but things could have been much worse because of where this happened.
That's right. Beam Hall is next to Wright Hall, which is social studies, and the student union. It was around the noon hour. That's the end of the quad. Many students could have been there for lunch if the violence had expanded. You're right, 3 lives is 3 too many, but it could have been much worse.
Absolutely devastating for those families. Congresswoman, you're a member of the Gun Violence Prevention Caucus. What is your response to anyone who feels that at this point the government is simply failing to protect its people?
Well, I would agree with them. I understand their frustration. Some of the people have turned sorrow and mourning into action. Our task force has introduced a number of bills to get the weapons of war off our streets. Bump stocks, multiple rounds of ammunition, automatic weapons, stronger background checks, red flag laws. All of that is out there. We just can't get it passed. The Republicans won't even hear it or bring it for a vote. We always give thoughts and prayers. Well, that's great, but it's not enough. People want action, and look at us compared to the rest of the world, how much of this kind of personal gun violence we have to experience.
It's definitely been too much. Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time and for your work there on Capitol Hill. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.